Great day, everyone. I'm curious to know, have you ever put yourself in a position or have noticed when you were in a position when you were actually self-sabotaging your own success? And I think that's a hard question to ask sometimes because it takes a level of awareness to be able to even to recognize when it's happening. But have you ever been in a position where you've actually self-sabotaged your own success? And I want to talk about this because I'm actually, because Shira said, yes, a testimony. I'm experiencing this right now. As you guys are hopping on live, feel free to pop in the comments, say, hey, let me know you're here. But the hardest, people ask all the time, like, what has been the most challenging part of transitioning from your 9 to 5 into full-time entrepreneurship? And a lot of people think it's the money or it's the finances or the instability of where your income is going to come from. And for me, that has not been the most challenging part by the grace of God. You know, finances have actually been a part of my business that have actually been very, very stable and have been on the incline. The hardest part about transitioning from being a full-time entrepreneur, being a full-time employee to going to full-time entrepreneurship has actually been the mindset hurdles. Because I think for so long we have been taught, and just how we were raised, how society has ingrained in us what does success look like and what is required of somebody to achieve success. My Siri is like going nuts right now. But when you think about building your own business, your success is limitless. And outside of even, hold on y'all, what is going on? Oh my God, Siri is over here talking. Siri, chill out, okay? We are not talking to you. How do I turn this off? Sorry guys. But you start thinking about success, and I think in business, your success is limitless, but truly in life, your success is limitless. But most of us have been conditioned and been trained to think that you're only allowed to have a certain amount of success. And everybody here defines success differently. Success may mean, you know, you finally get married and have kids. Success might mean that you earn 6 figures. Success might mean that you build your own business. Success might mean that you're a really, really great parent. Success looks different for everybody. Maybe you achieve a certain title. But a lot of us have been trained and conditioned to think that the amount of success we're allowed to have is packaged in this little box. That there are certain parameters that have to be true, that there's a certain way you have to look, there's a certain way you have to speak, there's a certain things, a certain level of education that you have to have in order for you to achieve whatever the dream is. And the hardest part about transitioning out of my full-time job and walking into the space of entrepreneurship, which I really it's the wild, wild west. It's the land of the free and the home of the brave, in my opinion, the true American dream. But it's redefining what success, like now all the walls have been broken down in regards to what I thought you had to look like, what I thought you had to have in order for you to become successful. And I realized that now that these walls, these corporate walls, this society's walls of what I'm allowed to have is gone, it's been really hard for me to like wrap my mind around, okay, well, what am I allowed to have? And then really being able to start thinking that you can have whatever you want. And I think a lot of us, we pray and we are working towards living this life of freedom, living this life of limitless possibility. And we think, and I think we aspire to have it because part of us almost thinks that it's unattainable to actually have, right? So many of us are shoot for that because it's almost as if that level of freedom, success I have arrived on is almost unattainable to even achieve. But then you realize, when you actually realize, I mean, like, wrap your mind around the fact that it's all possible. You wanting to do 6 figures in a week is possible. You wanting to have 6-figure months is possible. You wanting to build a multi-million-dollar global business, it's possible. Like the fact, and you know, I'm just now dipping my toe into the reality and the wake-up call of what we're really allowed to have on this earth. In the sense that, like, it doesn't seem like some far-fetched, unattainable idea that some far-fetched idea that you're allowed to make $15,000, some far-fetched idea that you're allowed to bake, $100,000 in a year, or those are not far-fetched ideas to me anymore. Because and I'm saying all this to give you guys background because I'm noticing that my subconscious is trying to sabotage my success. And I was talking about this with my FFI students yesterday. I've been talking a lot about this with my Go Getter Elite clients. 80% of business success is all mindset. It's all what's going on up in your head. It's all about your limiting beliefs. It's all about what you truly believe is possible and what you truly believe you're able to have. That's what 80% of this stuff is. And a lot of the time, we don't even recognize when we are self-sabotaging against our own success. And we're wondering, why are we not moving forward? Why do we keep hitting these roadblocks? Why do we keep not getting the clients that we want to have? Why do we keep getting people who don't want to pay? Why do we keep year after year after year, I'm still in the same position that I'm in right now? Why have I still not lost the weight? Why have I still not got the personal trainer? Why have I still not taken the first step to publish my website? All the reasons, it's all internal. Most of us know exactly what we need to do. Most of us know that, yes, I know I need to go hire somebody. Yes, I know that, I have everything that I need right now. I just need to publish the blog post. Most of us know exactly what we need to do, but we ourselves, we can't muster up the courage. Hey, Tiara. We can't muster up whatever it is internally. It's all an internal battle. That's the thing that's stopping us from holding us back to doing whatever that next thing is that we know that we need to do. And I'm in the process right now going through a launch. We had the Lurker to Light Bulb Challenge happening next week, which I'm super pumped about. And it's been terrible. And I'm just being completely honest. I have been terrified at how well things are going, which sounds insane. Because, I'm trying out Facebook ads for the first time, and my ads are performing ridiculously well, meaning that I'm getting 37 cents per lead, 55 cents per lead. I'm getting about 70 to 80 new people signing up on my email list every single day. That is not normal for me. I've really built a business with a small list, but really high quality people. So to see that all these new people are coming into my space, and to see that Facebook ads are working, and not just working, but working so well, I've been noticing that I have been self-sabotaging because I'm scared of the success on the other end. Because it's holy shit, I've been working for this. I've been praying for this. I've been positioning myself for this. I've been respecting the process. I've been doing what I know is required for me to get to this space. And it's here. And it's coming. And I can feel it, see it, and it's attainable. And it's scary as hell. It is scary as hell. Because, why? Is because I think because of my background, because of what has been taught to me, because of all of the stories that I have allowed to shape and form my identity, the labels that I have allowed other people and that I also have put on myself around what is possible, almost incarcerates you. And it can pause you, stall you, and stop you from truly progressing and receiving the abundance that this life and that God has for you. Guys, 9 times out of 10, the reason why you're not achieving the success that you want is because you are self-sabotaging yourself. Because of limiting beliefs, fear, worry, doubt, or whatever else. It's all internal. So I'm just recognizing that this moment is happening for me. And I wanted to share a couple tips or tricks that I'm currently in the process of implementing. So I'm saying this out loud. I'm saying this out loud because of one, in order for you to ever truly shed light on a fear, and in order for you to ever overcome whatever block you have coming up, you need to vocalize it. I really believe that you need to write it. You need to vocalize it. You need to talk about it. You need to get out of your own head. So that is step one, communicate. I called my business bestie this morning and talked to her about it. I actually was at a restaurant with a fellow, another guy who's in my church. We're in this leadership fellowship program together, and I ran into him at the restaurant. I think that was by no coincidence. He's also in business, but not online business, and I talked to him about it. He also gets me on a spiritual level too, so we talked about it. So first thing to do when you start, you need to start practicing being more aware and having more intention around what's going on internally. Because you need to be able to even identify that you're self-sabotaging for you to even like take the first step to overcome the self-sabotage. You need to be aware that it's even happening. And I'm fully aware that it's happening. Like last night, I stayed up till 4 in the morning. Not working. I found some freaking new show on Netflix and watched half the season when I should have been writing my email scripts for my launch for next week. So I'm self-sabotaging. You know, I'm noticing that I'm trying to distract myself with other tasks that need to get done in my business, but they're not a high priority right now. They really don't need to get done for a couple more weeks or for a couple more months. But I'm recognizing I'm trying to go do those other things because I'm scared of the success that's going to happen because of at this launch, because it's going so well. So many people are in the Facebook group. Over 350 people have signed up for the challenge already. Like, my Facebook ads are killing it. I am terrified because I based off all the data and based off of all the metrics, this is going to be a really good launch. And it scares the shit out of me. It scares me. And we have got to learn how to make sure that we are not self-sabotaging our own success. Guys, God has put us on this earth for a reason. He has given us a task and a purpose that we're supposed to live out. It is our responsibility to have the courage and have the faith to go do it. But first thing is first, we need to be self-aware because we do this all the time. We do this all the time. Because all that self-sabotage is our ego. And our ego is trying to keep us safe. You know? And safety in your ego's perspective is just, what is the status quo? What is the norm? The norm may not be good, but you know what to expect in it. So your ego wants to keep you safe. And every time, guys, that you guys are evolving and transcending and growing as individuals, you are creating new norms, which is uncomfortable. To create a new norm is like creating a new muscle. You have to break the old one to rebuild the new one for it to become, for it to evolve. And as you're creating new norms, like it's a new norm for me to be earning 5 figures a month. I mean, that's even uncomfortable to say because it's like, what do you mean? This little black girl with big curly hair who quit her corporate job of being a corporate engineer is actually making almost triple her corporate salary. What? Working half the amount of time that I used to work. I mean, even saying that out loud is really, really uncomfortable for me because that's a new norm. That is a new, Jerisha Hawk today is in a new identity. I have evolved and shedded a layer and have grown into a new one, and it's unfamiliar territory. It's a new norm. So our ego will try to self-sabotage us at this new level of success because it's not your norm. You've evolved to a new norm. And it wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you comfortable. It wants to keep you where you were at. But you're growing and evolving. It's like when Super Mario gets that +1 and he goes doo-doo-doo. And like he stretches and grows and gets like, or if he gets the star, he gets that little superpower and he can start like shooting shit and he can start doing all this stuff. You're evolving into a new like identity of yourself, and it's hard. So first thing is first, you need to be self-aware of when this stuff is happening. So when you're self-aware, then you can actually start doing things to combat against it, or like start taking proactive, positive measures to actually to keep you maintained and to keep you level-headed. So 1, you need to start practicing self-awareness to even know that this is happening. 2, my next suggestion is like, go vocalize it. This is why like I'm in masterminds, why I have a coach, why I have business besties, I call them. Because we all have blinders, we all have blind spots. And sometimes we will run ourselves crazy trying to overanalyze a situation in our head. And if we never get it out, we're never really going to get that full clarity. And sometimes we can't see the full picture or have the full clarity doing it ourselves. And that's why you need other people who know you, who you trust, who get where you're at, who understand your world, who understand the big visions, who sometimes see beyond what you even currently know as reality, so they can help pull you through that. So number 2 is like, you need to be talking to somebody, whether it's a coach, a mastermind, a business bestie. You need to talk to somebody who is a trusted source. Like, I didn't go call my grandma. Not that I don't love her. She does not understand this world. She does not understand like the mindset struggles I'm having with building an online business that's making more money. She's still pissed at me that I quit my job. So talk to a source that understands, like, has the same level of investment and same level of understanding in regards to where you're at. Don't go just talk to Joe Schmo off the street, because Joe Schmo off the street may give you bad advice. You know, you be cautious of who you share it with in those moments of vulnerability, because you're very sensitive in this moment. I'm very sensitive in this moment. Who I allow to influence my mindset and my behavior at this time is very, very critical. But the third step is you got to go get in action. You have got to go get in action. And the reason why I'm vocalizing this on Facebook Live right now, rather than me writing my email scripts, which I know I need to be doing, which I will be doing after I get off of this call, is because I think this is a really, really important message that I don't see entrepreneurs talking about. And it's it's a lot of the time we think about building the business from the strategy and from the tactical pieces, which are important. But the mindset stuff that we go through is much harder. And I just really want to be transparent about what's going on, and let maybe get some feedback that I'm not the only one that's experienced this. Because I feel crazy. Like, I feel like, what do you mean you're complaining about having too much success, Jay? Like, do you know that sounds ludicrous? You're complaining that it feels weird that you're experiencing new heightened levels of abundance. I mean, it sounds crazy to say, because it's like, that's what we all wanted. That's what we all are trying to go after. We're trying to be the best version of ourselves. And I see myself evolving and every day being a better version of myself than I was yesterday. But here I am, like, I can feel myself self-sabotaging against my success. So I'm sharing this in the hopes that maybe I'm not the only one who's done this or who does do this, because it feels ludicrous. Secondly is I know I have a lot of students who value my journey, and I want to be authentic in sharing this element of my journey too, that it's not easy and that it's more of the mental stuff that's the hardest part. But to know that you are not alone either. You are not alone either. So if you do recognize that you are self-sabotaging, if you do recognize that you are actually being the detriment to your own success, I'm giving you permission and letting you know that you are not alone in this space. That one, like, kudos to you for even being self-aware that it's happening, because that's the first step. Two, you have a safe space to talk and communicate about this, because it's normal, it's natural, it will come up at every stage of your evolution and your success. So if you are feeling like this right now, you are more than welcome. Pop on over in our private Facebook group. Let's talk about it. I am here for you. So FFI, Go Getter Elite, like, let's talk about this because it's real. Third is, I know a lot of, third piece is like, you have got to get in action. You need to go do the one thing that you have been self-sabotaging yourself against doing. And break it down into a piece where it's just one small bite you have to take. Just what's one little step that you can take in the direction of where you know you need to be going, so you can start building momentum. I'm not asking you to, like, stop what you're doing right now and start running a sprint, but I am asking you to stop doing what you're doing right now and start walking in that direction. So if you start just one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, you will start to get your stride. And then after you get your stride, you'll start jogging. And then once you start jogging, you'll start running, and you'll be off to the races. But I need you guys to, like, the next thing to do is to take that next step. And know for a lot of you guys, and this is why the Lurker to Light Bulb Challenge is even happening, a lot of people have never allowed themselves to get started to even just publish their Facebook business page, to create that Facebook business group, to do that first Facebook Live, to even introduce themselves to their audience saying, hey guys, I'm starting a business. A lot of people have never taken that first step. And that first step is sometimes the scariest one, because it's that first step that allows us to build that momentum for everything else to come on the back end. So if you are in that position where you've been a bit of a lurker, scrolling aimlessly, kind of hiding in the shadows, allowing your self-sabotage to be winning the race right now, I invite you to join me for my free 4-day challenge called Lurker to Lightbulb. It's teaching you guys all about how to create content that converts so you can actually stand out on Facebook. And all you have to do is just click the link in the bottom of this description. Give me your name and email address. You will be invited to join our private Facebook community that's specific for the challenge participants, and we get started on Monday. Like, I don't want you guys to be going through this alone, and I know, because I'm going through it. I know that, like, we struggle with this. We will self-sabotage our own success. Just like God is alive and well, the devil is too. The devil is alive and well too, and the devil will try to hold you back the greatness that he knows that God has for you. Like, I understand. I understand. But this is why God also, and I'm saying this, I mean, for me, going through the evolutions and the growth of my business has just helped me develop a deeper relationship with God. And that's important for me to share too. Because I feel like I knew who God was. But until I started my business, until he really put me on this mission, I've never really had a real relationship with him until now. And I know that, I mean, it's by no accident that that's happening. But we've all been called to live out in a greater purpose. And I think that, you know, self-sabotage is real. And I just want to help create a safe space for all of us to go through that together. And to do that first thing. The first thing for a lot of you guys might just be publish the damn Facebook page. Make your first Facebook post. Do that first Facebook Live. Just to show yourself that you can do it. Before you're even asking anybody else to do anything, you need to believe that you're capable of it first and foremost. And a lot of the time, guys, we're self-sabotaging our own success. We are holding ourselves back from whatever abundance it is. So I openly and warmly invite you to join me for the Lurker to Lightbulb Challenge. I'm going to post it in the comments below just in case anybody missed it. It's also in the title of this Facebook Live. I would love for you guys to join us. We get started on Monday. But I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys have questions, comments, I'm seeing that this topic was good. Natalie said this is a great topic. Hit home for me. You are great. You're helping overcome my fears of success. Good. I'm glad that I can share this and that through my sharing of my story, you're able to grow and learn too. I mean, it's real. And like people look at me like I have arrived and Jay's got it. Like, y'all, I struggle every day with the same stuff. You know, every time you evolve to the next level, there's hurdles and mindset blocks that you have to overcome. And I feel like the higher you go, the bigger they get and the harder they get to overcome sometimes. But it's real. And it's part of the journey. But I want you guys, I like knowing that I'm not the only one feeling this, so I appreciate everybody being open and vulnerable in the comments saying like, yes, me too. But also to know that like, you're not alone either. If I can do it, you can do it too. There's no difference between us. So I invite you guys to join the challenge. Just click the link in the title or click the link in the comments. If you have any other questions, comments, or whatever, pop it in the comments below, and I will be reading those later on and responding to you guys in the comments too. So thanks for catching this live. I appreciate those who are catching this in the replay. Decide today that you are going to go be great. Decide today that you are not going to let your self-sabotage hold you back from your success. And all I'm asking you to do is, 1, go vocalize it. 2, take one step. Just one. And that one step for some of you guys might just be joining the free challenge. That might be the one step you need to take. And if that is it, I invite you to do it with open and warm arms. Whatever your one step is, I really encourage you to take that today. You're more than welcome to share with me what that one step is so I can share and like congratulate and celebrate with you in that process. But I cannot wait. I hope to see you guys in the Lurker to Lightbulb Challenge. If this resonated with you and you think people on your list or on your Facebook page would benefit from this, you're more than welcome to share this video. And if you guys have other questions, comments, pop it in the comments below. So click the link, join the challenge. I hope to see you there, and you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Bye.